sports officials. Sometimes you love us, sometimes not so much. But the fact is, the game you're watching right now can't be played without us. Do you have what it takes to be an official? Are you willing to step up and give back to our student athletes? Why not join the 15,000 Texas Association?
Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to Georgetown, Texas, for tonight's state championship match between the Bridgeport Bulls from Wise County and the Royal Falcons. Both teams have been in the locker room for a while because we've suffered through a little bit of a lightning delay. The game was scheduled to start at 6:30, and I think it's looking right at 8 o'clock right now, so we're probably going to be ready to go here in just a couple of minutes. The weather is cool. The storms look like they've passed over us. I don't see anything coming in the other direction, so it should be a pretty good night for soccer. In reality, this game would probably be almost over with by now because of the lightning delay. We're kind of running a little late. So let's get you up to speed. Here are the names of the players for the Royal Falcons. Number 1 is Boris Catalan. Number 2, Jose Moreno. Number 3, Brian Salazar. Number 4, Jonathan Gonzalez. Number 5, Juan Carlos Jimenez. Number 6, Emiliano Rodriguez. Number 7, Escari Rosas. Number 8, Kevin Parra. Number 9, Jason Perez. Number 10, Angel Diaz. Number 11, Armando Mahano. Number 12, Jacob Perez. Number 13, Oscar Rivera. Number 14, Brian Gonzalez. 15, Aaron Salgado. 16, Kevin Ramirez. Number 17, Jaden Perez. Number 18, Mauricio Pozos. Number 19, Camilo Monteverde. Number 20, Omar Martinez. Number 69, Alexander Kelsey. And number 99, Guillermo Lopez. The players listing for the Bridgeport Bulls, or Toros as they like to be called. Toros, number 0 is Habra Medina. He'll be your goalkeeper for tonight. Number 00 is Jordan Reyes. He'll be the backup. Number 2, Jesus Rodriguez. Number 3, Trace Marlette. Number 4, Julian Martinez. Number 5, Jose Iniguez. Number 6, Corey Lopez. Number 7, Sergio Reyes. Number 8, Jacob Aguilar. Number 9, Jared Contreras. Number 10, David Duran. Number 11, Xavier Garza. Number 12, Ernesto Aguirre Medina. Number 13, Max Tovar. Number 15, Edward Miguel De Leon. Number 16, Rogelio Esquivel Ortiz. Number 17, Will Miles. Number 18, Ernesto Meja. Number 19, Hector Chavez. Number 20, Camille Uribe. 21, Andres Martinez. 23, Eric Amador. 24, Osvaldo Almos. Coaching for the Bulls is Brandon Madrano, and his assistant is Justin Newton. Coaching for the Falcons, David Hernandez, with his stat and training staff. The players are making their way onto the field right now. The Bridgeport Toros, being the home team, they're leading out with their number 1 goalie, Habra Medina, number 0, wearing pink. And the second one in line is going to be Jordan Reyes, who is the 00, and he's wearing all green. The Bulls are dressed in their maroon jerseys with black shorts, white numbers, the word Bulls across the back. For the visitors from Royal, they're wearing white shorts, white jerseys, blue numbers with Royal on the back. Their goalies are both dressed in all black. Our referees are wearing the blue jerseys with the black shorts. And right now they've called everybody to midfield for some photographs. Trying to get ready to get this thing started. They'll do the team announcements as well. First, the Royal Falcons will be announced. Once again, the Falcons in all white. White tops, white bottoms, royal blue numbers on the backs and fronts of the jerseys. Once again, Bridgeport Bulls wearing the maroon jerseys, the black shorts, white numbers on the jerseys with the word Bulls across the back. in the stadium here, before they introduce the players, they play what I would call a little hype video on the scoreboard. This is pretty interesting. Got some good photographs and some live shots of the players. And now they're going to announce the lineup for the Falcons. As I gave you those names earlier, this is a game that the Bulls have been to. This would be their third time to be at the state championship. Once in 17, once in 25, and now this year in 26. They've come away all 3 times, or 2 times, 2 of the 3, pardon me, not counting tonight, finishing runner-up. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the last year they played against these same Royals as a runner-up. So it's going to be an interesting game tonight. Once again, the stands are, this is the most people I've seen at a high school soccer game in a while. There's usually not a lot of people here. A lot of teams don't travel well, but this is a big game for both teams, both schools. So both schools were represented well here. As far as records and things like that are concerned, let's look at the playoff results. In the playoff games, the first game was the bi-district game against Canyon Randall for Bridgeport, which they won 4-1. The next game was San Alazario, which was in Midland. In that game, Bridgeport won 5-0. Then against Ferris, the Bulls were victorious 2-0. Against Brownwood for the regional, they won 3-0. And against Dallas Pinkston for the state semifinals, the Bulls, or the Toros, won 3-1. As far as the playoff results for the Royals, Falcons, the first game was bi-district, and they beat Houston Worthing by a score of 11-3. The second game was Winnie East Chambers. They won 4-0. Manor New Tech, they beat 4-0. They played Lorena in the regional championship and won 5-1. And the state semifinal match, they played Corpus Christi London to a 3-3 tie, and the Falcons won on a shootout. So that's kind of some of the information going forward. This is going to be a 2 40-minute halves, 10-minute break in the middle. And the game will go straight up. If there's not a winner after regulation, they'll play 2 10-minute overtimes. And after those 10-minute overtimes, if there's still not a clear winner, they'll have a 5-player shootout. So weather right now, 72 degrees. There's still a 50% chance of precipitation, but I don't see anything in the clouds right now. So we'll see what happens as the night wears on. We did have some ominous-looking weather come through earlier, but we didn't get any rain out of it. Not that I saw anyway on the windows of the press box. There was no raindrops or anything like that on there. So they're announcing the Bull players now. Once again, a little hype video on the scoreboard, and then each player's picture up on the scoreboard where they announce their name, so you can kind of put a picture with the face. A lot of fans from Bridgeport here tonight. Just about the same number of fans across the way for the Falcons. So it's going to be an interesting game. This is the first game that I've done where there have actually been cheerleaders on the sidelines. The Bulls have their full complement of cheerleaders on one end, and it looks like the Falcons have their full complement across the way. Still a beautiful night. Lights are on. I'm ready for a great match. Everything looks good as far as the field conditions are concerned. There's a lot of people here up in the press box from different organizations throughout the state monitoring what's going on as far as the teams are concerned. So both teams have been announced. And we'll take a quick step away, and we'll be right back to get this match started on the Wise County Game Day Network.
America and the brave men and women who protect us at home and abroad for the playing of the national anthem.
Welcome back. They just had the playing of the national anthem, and we're ready to get this game started. The players are shaking hands in the middle of the field, as they usually do before contests like this, shaking hands with the referees as well. The crowd's getting into it already. This is going to be a great game. Running my production equipment tonight is the one and only Rob Matthews. Rob, thanks for being here and helping out. Looks like we're ready for a great game. Captains are meeting in the middle of the field now. Garza, number 11, Lopez, number 6. And I believe that looks like Contreras, number 9, out there for the Toros. I can't quite get the number of the captain for the Falcons. He's turned sideways, and I can't see his number. If I can see it here in a minute, I'll get that number for you folks. Giving them their instructions. Everybody's shaking hands. And we're ready. Here come the Bridgeport players back over to the sideline. I look to see a lot of good action tonight from Corey Lopez, number 6, playing in the middle field. He's instrumental in getting the ball back and forth, up and down. Garza on one wing, and you got Will Miles on the other side on the wing. Very prolific, very good soccer players, quick feet. They move the ball very well. So we look to see a good game from all three of those guys tonight, as usual. And in goal for the Toros will be Medina. Medina has proved himself throughout the season by the number of shutouts that he's the goal kept for. So here we go. Some of the starters on the field now. Uribe, number 20, 11, Garza. Number 2, which is Rodriguez. Number 4, Martinez. Number 10, Duran. Looks like that's going to be about all those numbers. Number 9, Contreras, of course, Jerry Contreras. Number 17, Will Miles. Bulls are ready to go. They're taking the field now. We expect a really, really good competitive game tonight. Both of these teams are geared up. They've been fighting to get both of them to get back here all year long. Looks like in goal for the Falcons will be Lopez, number. No, let me check that. See if I can get the number. It's not like football. They don't have the big numbers on the front, big numbers on the back. That might actually be Alexander Kelsey. Without seeing the number, it's hard to determine. We'll get. Okay, it's going to be 99 Lopez, Guillermo Lopez, number 99, in goal for the Falcons. I'll try to get you some of the Falcon numbers as the game progresses. And we'll see what's going on out here. Looks like the Falcons will kick. They won the kick. Looks like kicking off number 5. That's Juan Carlos Jimenez. Jimenez is a senior. And there goes. The game's on. Clock's running. Falcons take the ball back into their own territory, trying to get the ball around and work some defense. Kick it to the goalie. Goalie kicks it out. That was Lopez kicking it out. Ball's brought down there by Martinez, number 4, taken away. Back to the middle of the field. Uribe comes up from his back spot. The ball's going down deep in Falcon territory. Pass over, shot in the goal, score! Falcons up 1-0. 39 minutes, 31 seconds, so they scored that in about 29 seconds. Scoring the goal, looks like, hard to see the numbers when they're bunched up. I think it might have been number 7, Rosas. That was the number I saw down there by the area when the shot was taken. So right now, 1-0. Falcons on a breakaway kick on the left-hand side. (1-0) Royals. Bridgeport's ready to kick the ball. Here we go. Looks like 29 seconds on that goal. Pardon me, that was number 11, Armando Mahano. There comes the kick. That's Lopez over in the middle, moving the ball over here to the left. Got Martinez, number 4. Then back in the back to Chavez. Ball stolen. Bridgeport gets it back, takes possession. There's going to be a kick, free kick. Free kick from about the 25-yard line. Over to Martinez. Martinez over to Garza. Up to the middle to Corey Lopez. Back over here to Duran, number 10, on the left-hand side, about the 40-yard line. Kicks the ball all the way across the field. Looks like it's going to be taken down by Iniguez, number 5. Kicks the ball over to Martinez over there, number 2. Ball's kicked out or back. Uribe there to take the ball for the Toros, and he's going to kick it back up the other way. Ball's coming down. Header by Miles. Headed to the 20. Miles takes it on the wing. Across the way. Passes to the middle. Through ball, and it's up over the goal. That was a shot by Corey Lopez from about the 14, 15-yard line. It'll be a goal kick in for the Falcons. Coming up the left-hand side of the field, the far side. There comes Miles up to protect. Duran trying to stop. Here comes the Falcons, moving the ball quite well. Over on the far side, right on the sidelines. Uribe's running back. It's a runaway again. He comes in, and the ball's out. It'll be a throw-in for the Falcons. Far side, the far left, or far right corner, pardon me. No, they're going to give that. They're going to give that a free kick to Bridgeport from about the 40. Could have been a little tripping going on. Chavez with the big leg, headed down. Over here to Garza on the near side. Taken up by Martinez, number 4. Back to Garza. Now Garza starts to work. He starts to work, kicks it back to Chavez. Chavez with the nice kick, kicks the ball way down into the Bridgeport territory. There's a header there by one of the Falcons, and they're going to call a free kick or penalty kick. Falcons take the ball to about the 50. There comes Corey Lopez, and there are 2 defenders on him. The referee just stopped. Looks like it's going to be Bulls' ball at the 50-yard line. Corey Lopez got sandwiched between 2 Falcon players. There goes the kick. That's Duran. Up to Lopez. Lopez working on the far side. Back over to Iniguez. Over to Will Miles. Kicks the ball off of a Falcon player. Throw in. Once again, Falcons kick the ball out. Throw in. Gets it back to Uribe, number 20. Over to Chavez, 19. Over to Martinez, number 4. Martinez gets the ball up to Garza. Garza on about the 40. Gets it back to Chavez. Chavez tries to take it back to the middle. Kicks it over to Uribe on the far side of the field. Uribe to Iniguez. Corey Lopez. Miles tries to get to the corner. He's not going to make it. Lopez was in the middle down here on this end of the field. Not usually his area to play. He's usually in the middle, about midfield. Bridgeport's game is they like to keep the ball on their end of the field, or the pitch, pardon me. And they've been doing that so well, but the one runaway that Royal got was a score from the left-hand side. Bridgeport's bringing the ball back up on their side. Over to Miles. Miles on the far side of the field. Working against, looks like Gonzalez. Back across over here to Martinez, number 4. Passes the ball up. Tries to get the ball in to Rodriguez. And it's intercepted there by Royal. A lot of activity on the sideline. Duran with the ball out there. Here comes Garza. The through ball for Garza was thwarted away by I'll get the number in a second, I promise. Looks like number 9, Jason Perez. There's a throw in. Header by the Falcons. Now they're moving the ball back up to the middle of the field. Now they've got 2 on 1, 1 on 2, pardon me, if you will. And Uribe takes the ball down, gets it over to Martinez. Martinez kicks the ball over to Duran. Duran kicks it in the middle. Got Miles running all by himself. Oh, no. It'll be a little too far. Miles tried to get down there and kick it back in. Didn't work. So Bridgeport running and gunning down here this way. Miles was over there with one person on him, and he had about a half step on the defender. Here comes the goal kick from the Falcons. Right now, 33:51 left in the first period. Falcons kick gets to about the 40-yard line. And now they're going to come back with Bridgeport. Here come the Falcons taking the ball away. They've got the steal at the 40. Kicking it down into their territory. And the Bulls will be there to let that go back to Medina, your goalie. And here comes the kick from, looks like they're going to take the kick from about the 40 for Bridgeport. No, it's going to be for the Falcons. I apologize. Pass through ball. Here come the Falcons. Left-hand side. It's offsides. Bridgeport ball. Now bringing the ball back to about the 25-yard line. Nice kick up there to Garza, surrounded by 2 different players. There goes Rodriguez over to Martinez. Going back to the back to Chavez. Chavez moving the ball, moving it back up to Duran. Intercepted there by number 12. That would be Jacob Perez. Falcons try to control the ball back in Bridgeport territory. Falcons have control. Over to the left, far side. Step in there was Iniguez. Bridgeport throw in. There's a kick by Uribe. Deep header about the 15-yard line, and now the Falcons control the ball. Passed over to the middle, in the middle of the field. There comes Uribe. Another put down. There comes Uribe again. Tries to get the ball. Here comes Garza over from the left. He's got Duran on his left-hand side. Passes the ball to Duran. Duran's over in the right corner. It's a block right there by the Falcons. There goes Martinez. Puts the ball down for Bridgeport. Keeps it in their territory. And there's a high kick called on Bridgeport. Right now your score, the Royal Falcons 1, Bridgeport Toros 0. Got a Toros kick from about the Bridgeport 25-yard line. The kick there, number 4, Jonathan Gonzalez. Gonzalez puts it down to about the 25, where it's picked up there. And there's a call. Looks like it's going to be an offsides again. Bridgeport's kick. Iniguez over on the far side. It's the ball up to Lopez, and it's kicked up high in the air and out. It'll be a Bridgeport throw-in. Iniguez, number 5, on the far side. Ball's thrown in. That's going to be a Royal Falcons. Taking the ball in at about the 30-yard line, 28-yard line. Comes the kick. Oh, no, they're moving it up to the 50. I'm sorry. Getting ready for the throw-in. Bridgeport making a defensive move here. Here comes the ball back out to the Falcons. Over there was Iniguez, number 5. Gets the ball back to the middle of the field, which is taken over by Juan Jimenez. Kicked down by the Falcons. Falcons fans wanted a penalty there, but no doing. Play on. Nice pass up in the inside to Duran, who was by himself down there, and there was nobody to help him. Ball comes back. Garza was moving the ball that way. It was intercepted, taken away from him. This is the tightest I've seen anybody play Bridgeport in the playoffs so far. Corey Lopez comes in about the 20, trying to keep the ball back on the Bridgeport end of the field. There's the kick, and it's going to be taken there. That's number 6 for the Falcons, Emiliano Rodriguez. Bridgeport kicks the ball out of bounds down in the corner. It'll be Falcon ball and a throw in right about the maybe 2 yards inside the goal line. There's the throw in there. Bridgeport's working hard on this corner over here. Ball gets kicked back towards the center. Bridgeport blocks, kicks the ball back down towards the Bridgeport Bulls end of the field, where Lopez takes the ball. It's out on the Falcons. Lopez with the throw in. Oh, he's going to give the throw in to either Martinez or Rodriguez. They're the ones who normally throw it in. That's Duran out in the middle, fighting hard. Going to be a penalty against the Falcons. That would be, looks like number 8, which is Kevin Parra for your Falcons. The ball looks like Chavez is going to take the kick from about the 50-yard line. He just sends the ball over to Uribe in the middle of the field. Uribe sends it back. Chavez takes it at the 50, kicks the ball down deeper. It gets to, that was number 9. That's Contreras. I'm sorry, I just went blank. Lopez moves the ball downfield. Stops, gets the ball over to Garza on the near side. Garza turns around, nice move, kicks the ball towards the center. There for the kick was Contreras, and the kick over the net. It's one of those things that they get a little too much energy and they kick it and it goes just over the top of the bar. So it'll be a goal kick for the Falcons out of the goal box. 27:41 left in the first half. Score 1-0 right now. Royal. Here comes the kick down to about the 45-yard line. It gets past all the players for Royal, the Falcons. This will be a Bridgeport throw-in at about the 30. That was Uribe with the throw-in, trying to get the ball down to Rodriguez. A nice header in the middle of the field. Looks like Chavez, I'm sorry, that was Chavez. Ball down in the Bridgeport end. The Falcon player fell. Now the ball's back in Falcon territory. You got 4 players from the Bridgeport Bulls there to stop them, and the ball's out of bounds. It'll be Falcon ball at about the 20 on a throw-in. Throw-in, it's down to about the 5. Play on. Player was knocked down for the Falcons. Fans want a penalty, but the referee gave him the play on sign. Keep going. Garza in the middle, number 11. Takes the ball over to the far side. Tries to turn back around and come back to the center now. In the middle there's Corey Lopez. Lopez falls back to Duran. Duran tries to feed it in, and it's kicked down by a Falcon player, number 7 for the Falcons, which is Ascari Rosas. Ball comes back into Bridgeport territory, and it looks like it's going to be kicked out of bounds by the Falcons. So it'll be a Bridgeport throw-in on about the 5-6 yard line on the far side of the field. Here comes the throw-in to Miles. Miles puts it back. Now they're trying to move the ball down. I believe that was an offsides call on the Bulls. It'll be Falcons kick from about the 4-yard line. Ball moves down just over the 35, going all the way to the corner out of bounds. It'll be Bull throw in. They're going to throw it in about the 20. Ball's in down the line, over the head of Miles, picked up there by a Falcon, and that's blocked down there by Uribe. Corey Lopez in the middle of the field fighting for the ball. Ball hits the referee. It's going to be a kick for the Falcons because of referee interference here. The ball's down and we're going in. Kick deep. Bridgeport down there. Gets the ball and looks like Chavez to get it out. It goes back the other way with the Falcons. Then Duran comes in, takes over. Duran's moving it across to the far side. through ball intercepted by the Falcons. A kick blocked. Miles up on the far side. It's the ball to Lopez. Lopez tries to center. Kicked out of bounds. It'll be, should be Falcon ball. No, it was off the Falcon. It's going to be a Bridgeport throw-in from the corner. That should be Duran over there for the throw-in. It'll be a corner kick now. There's a kick. It's up. Bridgeport looking for the ball. Bulls get it. Lopez kicks it in, and it's out. Pardon me, that was Contreras in and out off of a Falcon player. Going to come from the other corner this time. This looks like Garza from the corner. He has a very unique way of bending the ball. There's the kick into the middle. Bridgeport's there. Corey Lopez trying to get it back out to the middle. Here come the Falcons back the other way. Going to be stopped right there. It's going to be a ball out off of a Falcon player. Bridgeport throw in on their end of the field. There's your throw in. Here comes Chavez back in the middle. Kicks the ball over to Martinez. Martinez up to Garza. Garza on the wing. Garza, nice pass through the legs of a player. A slide kick, and it's going to be right there on the line. It's going to be out. It'll be a throw-in for Bridgeport at about the 23-yard line. Looks like Corey Lopez is going to throw the ball in for the Bulls. Looks like we've got a player down for the Falcons. Down there at about the 8-9 yard line. Stoppage in play with 23:02 left in the first half. Not quite sure what happened because it happened away from the ball on the way down. I don't know if it's a cramp or what the situation can be, but he's out getting some attention now from the training staff of the Falcons. Right now, your score 1-0 in favor of the Royal Falcons. Player's coming off the field. He's walking off under his own will, own power. Coach is standing there right with him. Looks like it may have been a little ankle twist is what they were working on. So he's going to make his way back over to the sidelines. They've got another player coming in for him. Bridgeport's got the throw in from down here at about the 15. Garza's going to be throwing the ball in. Pardon me, Lopez. Everybody sets up. Referee's not signaled yet. And there we go. Garza takes the ball back over to Lopez. Lopez tries to work the ball down to the center. Nice job by Lopez. It's going to be Bridgeport ball. I think he took an elbow. It's going to be a kick. Who's going to take it? Is it going to be Lopez or is it going to be Garza? You never know until they kick the ball because they do this all the time. One will run to the ball and jump over it, and the other will kick it. Kind of confuses the defense. You notice the Bridgeport players ready over on the far side of the field, ready for a chance to run in and get a headshot, a header into the goal. Here we go. This ball's about the 20-yard line on the near side of the field. Now, still we have a problem over here. The referee's trying to get everybody situated. Wow, whoever did that, thank you. There were some lights on next to us and it has pretty serious glare. Ball kicked over. And this kid's hit over the goal. I believe that was actually hit by a Falcon player to knock it out. So it's going to be Bridgeport ball from the corner on the far side of the field. Duran going over to make the kick. Pardon me. Yeah, it's Duran, okay. It looked like Garza for a moment. They're very similar. Duran with the kick. It's in the box. Ball's down. Score. Go. Bridgeport. That's going to be, looks like it was Contreras, I believe, number 9. They're mobbing him right now, so hang on. As soon as they get loose, I can tell you. It was either Contreras or Lopez, 6 or 9. It was 9. It was Contreras. Jared Contreras happens to be the Bulls' leading scorer. 21:34 left in the first half. Score now tied 1-1 on a goal from a corner kick by Jared Contreras from the Bulls, number 9. Here comes the play. Falcon ball back in Bridgeport territory. Trying to move the ball up. Bridgeport's there for the block. That was Uribe. Nope, sorry, that was Iniguez. I apologize. Bridgeport gets the kick over to Duran. Duran works the ball across the middle at about the 30-yard line. He's working against two different players. Pass picked off, intercepted by one of the Falcons. I think that was number 15 from the Falcon team. That's Aaron Salgado. Pass downfield, onside. Bridgeport's there to defend it. Bulls are going to get the kick from about the 30. Ball comes down. It's headed there by number 6, Emiliano Rodriguez. Martinez with the ball. Ball gets back over to Garza, number 11. Garza takes it across the field. And over on the other side, looks like Martinez. Ball's down. Will Miles. Ball's out. Miles just couldn't get to it. He had a little bit of a jump, but he couldn't get to the ball. It was out of bounds before he could get to it. It'll be a throw-in by the Falcons from the Bridgeport Bulls, like 10-yard line. Throw-in is in. Corey Lopez there as a defender, and it's going to go back to the Falcons. 20 minutes and 3 seconds left. Throw-in Falcons. Moving the ball up the field. Looks like it's going to be kicked out of bounds there by Uribe, number 20. They'll move down the field for another throw-in for the Falcons at about the 30-yard line. Throw is kind of a deep throw, headed back out by Bridgeport. Miles gets the ball over on the far side. He's being defended there. Looks like Uribe has the ball and kicks it down farther. It's kicked out of bounds. It'll be a Bridgeport throw-in, or kick, pardon me. Uribe for the kick. There it is. Good spin on the ball, headed down by the Falcons. Foot down there. Ball gets over here to Martinez, number 4, on the near side of the field. Passes it back over to Rodriguez, number 2. Lopez moves the ball back out to Rodriguez, and back over to Martinez, and back to Rodriguez. Kick down to Garza, down about the 25-yard line. Garza sends it back to Martinez. Martinez kicks it across the field to Uribe at about the 50. And here comes Miles. Kickoff by Lopez. Ball stolen. Now the Falcons are coming back the other way. There's a kick up. It's in the air. It's a high kick. Looks like it's going to be kicked out, headed out of there by Contreras, number 9. There's a kick deep by the Falcons. Bridgeport there to stop it, and he's knocked down. Shot on goal. Goal! Falcons. Went right by Medina. I don't think Medina actually even got a chance to see it because it went by him so fast. So with 18:22 left in the first half, it brings your score now. Royal Falcons 2, Bridgeport Bulls 1. That looked like number 3, Brian Salazar, with the goal. Or maybe it was 9, Perez. Could have been. Bridgeport with the kick. Waiting for the Falcons to get back on the field after their celebration. Trying to check the score on that goal. Bridgeport kicks off. Uribe takes the ball back. Gets the ball to Martinez, number 4. Time of that goal was 21:38. Ball's back in the middle, and the score was, Jerson Perez. I apologize. like I said, those numbers are hard to see. The Bridgeport players, I know their look. I can kind of tell who they are. That was Rodriguez, kicks the ball down to Garza, and that's headed out of bounds by the the Falcons, I'm sorry. It'll be a Bridgeport throw-in. Down at about the 10-yard line. Ball's thrown in by Garza. Garza takes the ball back off of Rodriguez. Duran gets the ball to Lopez. Lopez goes to the outside with it. He's defended there. Back to Garza. Garza trying to get back to the middle of the field. Starts and stops. Kicks, and it's up over the goal. Man, that's 2 of them, or 3 of them so far tonight that have gone over the goal for the Bulls. And they all look like they're going really close and really well, to the game. So it'll be a goal kick coming from the Falcons inside the goal box. The goalie doesn't take many of the goal kicks. The goal kicks are being done by the 2 defenders that are back deep, which Bridgeport does the same thing because Chavez has a big leg and he can really boot it pretty far. No wind causing a problem right now with either side. The flags are kind of hanging down, maybe swirling just a little for the wind. There comes the kick. It's going to get to about the 45, the opposite 45, where the Bulls are going to take it down. They're going to kick it back to Medina and then have Medina take it out of there. There's a kick by Medina from the goal line. It's headed down at about the 50, headed back down by the Bulls. Here come the Falcons coming back the other way. And looks like it's going to be out, and it's going to be Bridgeport ball. There comes the throw in to Chavez. Chavez back at about the 10. Going to kick the ball. He's working it up slowly, looking for an opening. Gets the ball down to Corey Lopez. Lopez on the near side at about the 45-yard line. Oh, that's going to be called out on the Bulls. That was kind of questionable in my opinion, but I'm up here. The referee's down there. He's better than me. There goes a steal from Bridgeport. Chavez trying to come in and get it and take it away. Ball passed over to the Falcons. Kicked up out to the 40. Looks like Uribe's there fighting. Gets the ball back. Back down to the Falcons. Contreras takes the ball on the far side. He's been pushed several times by this particular one player, and I'm trying to get his number, and I'll get it as soon as I can. And there's a play on. Bridgeport fans looking for a penalty. The referee says no, play on. He's letting him play a lot tonight, but he is calling some things that are happening. Nice head down by the Falcons. Ball down in Bridgeport's end. Duran over here, David Duran kicks the ball between the defender's legs. Goes to the middle of the field, back and forth, comes over to the edge. Tries to kick it back in the middle, and it's kicked off of a Falcons player. Duran will have the kick from the corner here. Kicks it over to Garza. Garza tries to center the ball at the goal. Somebody jumped in there. It was Lopez trying to get inside, and he was pushed out. 14:27 left in the half. Falcons moving the ball up the far side. Tries a heel kick to back the ball up. Kicked into a Bridgeport player. Be a throw in for the Falcons. Bridgeport backing their defense up, trying to get something set up. We've got a player down on the far side of the field. Looks like it could just be a cramp. One of his teammates coming over to check him out. Clock still running until the referee calls a stoppage. Player gets up, he's moving. Probably just a cramp. Comes a kick from about the 50-yard line for the Falcons. They're setting their offense up down by the goal. Bridgeport there to defend. There's the kick. It's deep. It's in the goal area. And it's headed back towards the goal. Falcons control the ball. Kick it high, and it's out. The ball was very, very wide right of the goal, so there was no chance for it to score or go in. But they kicked it out. Here comes Chavez with the goal kick, of course. Number 19 gets the ball to about the 50. off of a Falcon player. The player running down the far side. Now centering shot. Shot on goal. Medina's there to stop it. That was a it was a 2-on-1. We had Medina back there in the goal, and Chavez was chasing down the Falcon player, and he centered the ball up and took a shot, and Medina was there to stop it. Ball passed over to Miles. Miles on the far side. Tries to turn the ball around, and it's kicked out. Should be a Bridgeport throw-in from the far side. Waiting for everybody to get set. Number 18 comes in for the Bulls. That's going to be Ernesto Meja. Right now, this as far as shots on goal, Bridgeport has 4 shots on goal in this first period. Pardon me, 1. And the Falcons have 2. And the Falcons have 5 fouls, and the Bulls have 1. Corner kicks, the Bulls have had 4 corner kicks and none for the Falcons. And there's been 2 offsides each in the first period. Back to live action play. Falcons trying to control the ball at about midfield. There's a kick down deep. It's going to get down into the goalie area. Medina takes the ball there at about the 5-yard line. He'll punt the ball out. There's a good punt by Medina. Ball goes down to about the 35, almost 35-yard line, where it's put down by a header from the Falcons. Falcons trying to control the ball. Here comes the Bulls defensively. Nice kick through. Down by Chavez. Chavez gets the ball over to Lopez. Lopez gets the ball to Garza. Garza's got Meja, number 18. Kicks it into a Falcon player. It's going to be a throw-in. Meja throws the ball in. Looks like that's going to be Martinez up there at the top. He's getting it back to Chavez at about the 50. Chavez takes it across. Cross kicks the ball over to Uribe. Pardon me, it's Rodriguez. Ball kicked down deep, thwarted by one of the Falcons. Here comes the Bridgeport Bulls player. Missed the ball. I think that was Meja. Gets the ball down to Garza. Garza gets back out to Chavez. Pardon me. Chavez crosses the court over to Rodriguez. Down the middle, it's going to be stepped on, or it's intercepted by a Falcon player. Miles is over there trying to get the ball back for the Bulls. Now it's in the middle of the field. Bridgeport's going to take it now. Chavez takes it about the 45. Gets it back over to Chavez. That's Meja. Over to Martinez, number 4. Martinez passes the ball down to Duran. Duran's playing catch with Lopez. Lopez back to Duran. Duran over to the middle of the field at about the 20. Passes it off in the middle for Contreras. And it's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be Bridgeport ball. Throw in at about the 5. Ball's thrown in. Garza takes the ball down in the middle, defended by 3 players there from the Royal Falcons team. Falcons have the ball at about the 30. Trying to get through the Bridgeport line. They do. They're over on the far side at about the 40. Ball's kicked back in and taken over by Garza. Garza kicks the ball back over into the middle to Meja. Pardon me, that was Chavez. Meja's over here. Then you got Martinez taking the ball on this left wing. Approached. Gets the ball in the middle to Garza. Garza's taken away. That was number 13. Oscar Rivera for the Falcons. 8 minutes, 41 seconds left. Score right now. Royal Falcon 2, Bridgeport Bulls 1. Comes a throw in by Bridgeport at about the 40, opposite 40. Missed the ball all the way. One of the Falcon players went up to kick the ball away from Bridgeport, and they missed it. Back over to the Falcons. Up the far side. Out of bounds. It's going to be Falcon ball. Throw in at about the 35. Throw in towards the goal. Ball's knocked down by Royal. Over to Martinez. Martinez back at about the 10. Dribbles it up the near side. He's got Garza in front of him. Kicks the ball back to Chavez. Chavez kicks it over to Meja. Meja gives it up to Rodriguez over there. Rodriguez kicks down the middle. Nobody there, but the ball squirts through. Contreras is alone. He lost the ball for a moment. It's going to be a Bridgeport kick. Contreras got spun around as he was breaking free, and one of the Falcon players grabbed him by the arm, spun him back. So here comes Contreras with the kick. Midfield at about the, looks like the 16-yard line. Now they're trying to set up all the plays. 7:36 left. Clock stop. 7:36 left in the first period. This has been a back and forth battle. It was 1-0 in favor of Royal. Then Bridgeport came back and tied it up 1-1. And then here just a few minutes ago, there was a goal made by Royal, the Falcons, to make the score 2-1. 7:36 left. Here comes the kick. Kick is too high over the goal. Great opportunity for Bridgeport right there, but no kick. So, we'll kick it out of the goal box for Royal, the Falcons. Bridgeport's had several opportunities down close like that, but the ball just seems to sail over on them, and I don't know why it's sailing like that. I mean, normally the ball kicked in an area where the players can get to it. This one was just kicked straight from about the, like I said, about the 11, 12-yard line, and kicked straight towards the goal, and it was way over the top, probably about 3-4 foot over it. Here comes the goal kick from the Falcons. Ball goes to the far side of the field. It's going to be a Bridgeport throw-in. Go down the line to Lopez. Lopez trying to get the ball taken away by Arroyo. Corey Lopez down there working the far side, shoving and pushing. Gets the ball up to Contreras. Contreras gives the ball up to Lopez in the middle. Lopez passes the ball over to Garza. Garza on the far side of the field gets the ball back into Duran. Ball's cleared out, but it's headed down by Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Meja. Meja to Martinez. Back to Meja. Meja missed the ball. So we've got a runner straight up for the Falcons running in the midfield. He stops at about the 25-yard line, and there's where Chavez gets in there to kicks the ball away. They still got the ball in front of the goal on about the 30-yard line. There's a pass. Hits the player in the back. Lopez clears it out. Garza on the right-hand side tries to get the ball into Contreras. Contreras gets the ball, gets close, and he's off far left of the goal. Nice shot from about the 10-yard line, but it was way, way to the left. No good. So that's going to bring up a kick for the Falcons coming out of the goal box.
Number 20, Uribe checks in for Bridgeport.
Bulls set up. That's number 8 doing the kicking for Royal. And that's going to be Kevin Parra. Plays on the right-hand side back in the goal area. Bridgeport takes the ball, brings it back. Now it's picked up again by the Falcons. Lopez goes down low, blocks the ball out of bounds. It's Falcon ball at about the 50-yard line. Falcons throw in. Ball handled by number 11, Armando Mahano. Kicks the ball up in the air, very high. Bulls chasing it to the far corner. Well, this looks like Meja. Gets the ball back to about the 40-yard line. It's going to be taken over there by the Falcons. Here comes Garza from the 30 coming in, working the ball in and out. Gets the ball to Miles. Miles gets the ball to Lopez on the far side. Lopez is trying to dribble the ball, tries to center it. It's taken away. Here comes a kick from the center. This is going down to the far corner of the end zone, and it's kicked out of bounds. Looks like that was, looked like Duran down there. It's going to be a kick for the Falcons as Duran got a little bit too close and tripped the player up. 3:46 left in the first period. Your score, Royal Falcons 2, Bridgeport Toros 1 in the state championship game. Ball's in. The Falcons controlling the ball down there in the corner of the end zone. Looks like it's out. It'll be Bridgeport ball from the far side, far corner. Meha kicks the ball in over to Chavez. Chavez dribbles up, tries to get the ball out. He does to Martinez. Martinez gets it over to Lopez. Looks like that's going to be Sergio Reyes, the runaway. Throw in Bridgeport. Duran throws it in, ball right back to him. Duran takes the ball back up, now takes it across to the middle of the field, gets the ball down. He had Corey Lopez there, and then Lopez turned around to come out. Ball brought down at midfield by Uribe. Over to Chavez, over to Iniguez, number 5. Ball gets through. Looks like Reyes is on a run, and the ball's kicked out of bounds down there at about the 10-yard line by one of the Falcon players. I believe that was Jason Perez, number 9. Throw in. Going to be Falcon ball off of a Bridgeport player out of bounds. Here comes the throw in for the Falcons. Bridgeport setting their defense up. Reyes, number 7. Ball gets in there to number 11, which was Armando Mahano. Put down by Iniguez, number 5. At about the 30. Pushing and shoving going on with Lopez. Ball's over to Duran in the middle. Gets the ball to Garza. Garza passes the ball. Pardon me, that was Garza on this side. My bad. Ball kicked out of there. Be Bridgeport ball. Garza was getting handled over there pretty roughly. So he'll get the kick. Referee's backing everybody off. Garza's got an interesting kick where he'll kick it out and it actually ends up spinning back in towards the middle of the goal. All of his players are lined up. Everybody's onside. There goes Garza from about the 15. Kick is in the middle, put down by one of the Falcon players and then kicked out of bounds way up in the air. Bridgeport ball, the throw in over about the 20-yard line on the far side of the field. Here comes the throw in. Ball was totally missed. Out comes the goalie for the Falcons. That's going to be Guillermo Lopez. And Lopez brings the ball out to the top of the square. Makes a punt. Nice punt by Lopez. Gets down about the 50-yard line. Bridgeport player being screened. Falcons moving the ball back and forth. Garza tries to get in there to clear it out. Here comes the kick. It's down in the corner of the end zone. It's going to be Mayhoff for the Bulls. And he's going to kick it over to Medina, the goalie. Chavez is going to take the ball. And Chavez will boot it out inside the goal box. 12 seconds left in the first period. Ball's put down by the Falcons. Back over. Bridgeport takes over. Comes up to midfield with it. Duran is there. Ball's taken away from Duran. And that's the end of the first half. Right now, at the end of the first half, your score here on Wise County Game Day Network is the Royal Falcons 2 and the Bridgeport Bulls, or Toros, pardon me, 1. And that's the end of the first half. We got a 10-minute stoppage, and then we'll come back in after the other side, on the other side of that, and see where we're at. Look at some stats right now. I'm trying to make these stats out on the stat sheet. Right now, team totals. The Royals, 2 shots on goal. The Bulls have 6. Shots. 2 shots on goal for the Royals, 1 shot on goal for the Bulls. No saves. There's been 7 fouls committed by the Falcons and 2 by the Toros. There's been 4 corner kicks for Bridgeport, 0 for the Falcons, and there's 2 offside penalties on each team. Jared Contreras has 3 shots. He's scored 1. Garza has shot the ball once. Will Miles has got 1 shot. Over for the Falcons, looks like Jerson Perez has 2 shots, 2 goals, and 2 shots on goal. So that's all the 1 shot. There's no shots on goal for anyone else that I've seen for the Falcons team yet. So with that, your halftime score, 2-1 in favor of the Falcons. And this is live from Georgetown, Texas, the State Soccer Championships on the Wise County Game Day Network, coming to you live. Still no weather threatening as of yet. The radar looks pretty clear, so we just keep things going. The Bulls only down by one goal. It's not an insurmountable lead, and they could easily come back in this second half, no problem. So,
celebrate your journey with a ring that tells your championship story, because excellence deserves nothing less.
Then the public address guy, announcer, talking about buying medals and things from the souvenir shop out front. So we're going to step away for just a second, and we'll be right back to get this second half underway on the Wise County Game Day Network.
Sign Champ delivers quality that stands out. Proud to be the official print company of the UIL, Sign Champ brings your vision to life. Visit signchamp.com for more details.
Welcome back. Just about ready to start the second half of the game. Some information: the first goal was scored 25 seconds into the game. This goal was scored by Jerson Perez, the bottom right of the goal, off of his right foot. The assist was by Armando Mahano and Aaron Salgado. Then Bridgeport came back at 18:26 and scored. Jared Contreras scored on the bottom left of the goal off his right foot. The assist was by David Duran. But then at 21:38, the Falcons scored again. Their goal was scored by Jerson Perez, and in the bottom right of the goal off of his right foot. So there's our scoring. There's been one yellow card at 32-32 for Jonathan Gonzalez for an unsporting play. So in a comparison by period, the Royals had 2 shots as opposed to Bridgeport's 6. So right now we're getting ready to start the second half of the Class 4A Division II Boys State Soccer Championship, and this is in Georgetown, Texas. For those of you listening, we appreciate you tuning in. We're sorry we don't carry the video for this because it is a state championship game, and that all belongs to the UIL and NFHS. So if you're so inclined to, you can catch the video on NFHS, but keep the sound for us because we'll tell you more about the game than they can. All right, getting ready to start the second half. Looks like Garza, Duran, Contreras, Miles, Lopez, Rodriguez, Iniguez, Uribe, and I believe that's Martinez over on the far side, along with Chavez. And in goal, once again, is Medina, number 0. Bridgeport will control or kick the ball first. And here we go. Reset the clock. Waiting for the referee's signal. Lopez in goal for your Falcons. It's a beautiful stadium here. It's very wide open. I like it. It's pretty airy. So it's a pretty nice place. We've been to several in the last few weeks. And here goes the second half. Ball gets back to Iniguez, number 5. He kicks the ball over to Chavez over on the hash marks on the left-hand side. That's gotten down to Martinez. Martinez gets the ball up. Kicked to Lopez, Back to Lopez in the middle. Back over to Miles. Ball's coming back this way to Uribe. Over to Iniguez. And he's going to get the ball upfield. He's going to get that to Garza right at the 40-yard line. Garza tries a long kick and has a Falcon right in front of him, and it blocks it down. Here come the Falcons again. They're going to move the ball back into their zone. Now here comes the Bulls back again. Play on. Corey Lopez went to the ground. Looks like he might have gotten tripped, and the referee gave the play on signal immediately. And I didn't see which way they signaled yet. Looks like it's going to be Bridgeport ball. Down low. It's in the corner. It'll be a corner kick. Looks like Garza's going over there to take that. Xavier Garza, number 11. Bulls are set up. Ready for the kick. Kicks up. Hip. Nobody could get to it with a header. Ball travels inside the goal box, and it's gotten out by the Falcons. There's a call. It's going to be, looks like Bridgeport ball. Let's see. They're going to say he ran under him. Okay, so landed on Duran, but they're going to say that Duran ran underneath the Falcon player when he was in the air. So it's going to be a kick from about the 25. Kicks deep down into about the 30, but it's headed out there by Rodriguez. Ball stopped now by Iniguez. You got Garza up the right-hand side. Gets the ball over to Contreras. Contreras into the end zone, tries a kick, and it's caught by the goalie. That kick was from about the 5-yard line over off to the right-hand side of the goal, and he kicked it back in towards the middle, and the goalie, Lopez, was right there waiting for it to come down. Falcon ball on the far side. Looks like Garza was over there trying to steal. Ball gets up. Iniguez, number 5, pulls it away. Rodriguez has the ball, kicks the ball over to Chavez on the far side of the field. Chavez over to Rodriguez. Ball stopped in the middle. Lopez. Ball's over to Garza. Garza gets it over on the far side. Looks like to Miles. Miles comes up to the middle of the field, trucks it back into the end zone. Miles takes a shot. It's off of a Falcon player. Now the ball's coming back up the other way. And Bridgeport's hustling to get the ball on the far side, near side of the field. Here comes Garza, number 11, trying to work the ball in. Gets the ball over to Iniguez, number 5. Iniguez stays there, gets the ball. Ball handled and controlled by the Falcons. There goes Lopez at about the 20. Corey Lopez fighting 3 players. Lopez in the corner. Tries to pull the ball out. Tries to center it. Gets the ball over to Duran. Duran moving back and forth. Ball kicked there by Duran back to the defense. Iniguez, number 5, passes the ball over to Contreras. Pardon me, that's Lopez. Ball's back. Kicked high in the air by Duran. But drowned by Contreras in the middle. Kicked out by the Falcons. Run on the ball. Ball kicked in. Ball's at about the 20. Been taken away by one of the Falcon players. Here comes Iniguez. Steps up from behind. Takes the ball. Gets it taken away from him. It's going to be Bridgeport ball. Ball's up in the air. Headed by, looks like number 11 once again. That's going to be Armando Mahano. He had the assist on one of the goals in the first half. Be a corner kick from the Bulls. Looks like Garza taking the kick. Kick is up. Ball's tried to head it in. It's down by the goal. Looks like it's going to come out of there. Bridgeport's going to bring it back in. A kick by Duran blocked by one of the Falcons. Ball goes down on the far side. You got Garza over there on the far side now. That was interesting. Garza was fighting for the ball, and the player from the Falcons, Royal, slipped. And when he fell, Garza stepped over him, and they called Garza for the foul. Here comes the kick from Royal. Coming up to take the ball, Lopez. Back to Duran. Over to Rodriguez, back to Duran. Duran over to Uribe over here on the near side at the hash mark. Kicks the ball up for Iniguez. Iniguez kicks the ball upfield. That looks like that's going to be Duran kicking the ball to the center. It's going to be Lopez in the middle at about the 20. He dribbles the ball over to the far side, just outside the hash marks. Tries to dribble in, and it's kicked out. Back in by Contreras. Crowd wants a penalty, but the referee said play on. You've got Martinez over on the far side. Be a throw-in for the Bulls. Here comes Lopez. Lopez fighting at the out-of-bounds mark. Here comes a kick by Lopez. Over to Garza. No, that's Duran. Pardon me, Duran. Duran centers the ball. Going on the run is Garza, and it's good. Goal from the center. Xavier Garza with an assist by David Duran. That makes your score right now with 33-12 left in the contest, in regulation, I might add. 2-2 on a beautiful shot, wide open shot by Xavier Garza. Duran caught him breaking through and then hit the through ball over the top of one of the other players. It came down, hit his foot, went right in the goal. Great shot by Garza. Great teamwork by the Bulls. Man, that was a pretty goal. Yep. Garza and Duran working together, as they always do. Once again, Xavier Garza scores the goal with a great assist by David Duran. Makes your score 2-2 right now. And here comes the ball back. Falcon ball. They're working the ball back on their end of the field, trying to get it out of there before Bridgeport can steal it. Here comes Bridgeport. Oh, he went for a steal right there, and the ball went over him. There goes Contreras, puts the ball down, gets it over to Garza. Duran out front. Garza's open in the corner. Kicks the ball into the middle for Contreras. Ball's kicked back out. Falcon ball. Ball cleared out by the Falcons. Bridgeport fighting it back. That was Uribe. And Iguez. But Garza was not there. Oh, a nice block off by Lopez. Ball's moved over to the far side at about the 40. Falcon ball. Garza's over there with two players. Nice pass by the Falcons, in and out. Ball's taken away to Garza. Garza has the ball on the far side at about the 50. He slows it down. It's a kick over into the middle that's intended for Duran. Duran tries to fight off the two players. Duran gets through the ball, gets the ball back over to Duran. Duran goes in. Oh, missed off to the right-hand side. It was a great shot by David Duran. Ball got centered and it got put right back out to him. And I'm trying to get the number of the guy that centered it back. I think it was Miles, number 17. So here comes a corner kick from Bridgeport. They just kicked the ball out to the center. Here comes Lopez. Lopez kicks it in, and it's way over the top of the goal. So it's going to be a goal kick from the Falcons from their own goal box. Wow, that should have been should have been in all the way. Should have been. Here comes the ball down, cleared over to Falcon territory. Now coming back, Bridgeport puts it back the other way. Here come the Falcons on the move. Ball's high in the air, and Iguez heads it back over. And there to bring it down was Contreras, but his ball's taken away by a defender. Garza's working down on that end of the field. Now we're to clear the ball up to about the 40. This is number 1, which is Catalan. Bridgeport takes the ball. Pass over to Duran. Duran to Reyes. Pardon me, to Garza. Garza to Contreras. Contreras on the side shoots. It's going to be kicked up for the Falcons. Picking the ball up there for the Bulls. Back into the middle. Falcons working the ball back and forth. Now they kick the ball out, and it comes down about the 40. It's headed there by Chavez. Bridgeport working the ball back and forth, and Iguez tries to get the ball down to Garza. Garza's got Contreras streaking by. No, he's got Rodriguez running by. And Iguez, number 5, takes the pass back. It's the ball up. Now it's over to Duran. Duran on the right side, near side. Works the ball into the middle to Contreras. Contreras in trouble. It's kicked out. It'll be Bridgeport ball on the corner. It's been a very fast-paced second half. I mean, the first half was pretty fast-paced. They scored the first goal in 29 seconds. I mean, that's pretty quick. Here comes the throw-in. Throw it into Lopez. Lopez working the ball back and forth with the defender on him. Kicks the ball away. Ball brought back over into the middle. That's Rodriguez, number 2. In the middle to Corey Lopez. Lopez works the ball back to the center. Kicks it towards the goal. And the goalkeeper pushes it out of bounds. The shot that Lopez just put up was a wide right shot. The goaltender, the keeper, pardon me, just dove out to push it away from the pipe. That's all he did. So it's going to be a kick from the goal. Let's see if I can get a number off of this guy. Number 12 back there with the goalkeeper. Oh, we got a player down. I never saw it. Player down for the Falcons. Bridgeport's coming over to the side now. Now he's going off the field. Bridgeport come over to kind of wipe their hands off and get a quick drink. And now they're going back on. Coach is he's picking him up and carrying him by the shoulder. This is one of the, I don't want to say smallish, but it's one of not one of the bigger players for the Falcons. And the coach says, "Don't even walk." He said, "Let me get you." All right, here we go. Back to action. 29:05 left in regulation from Georgetown, Texas, home of the state championship soccer tournament. Here comes the kick. This looks like it's going to be number 12, Jacob Perez. Nice kick by Perez all the way down to the 40. Iniguez puts it down with a header. The Falcons trying to take control. Kick the ball deep, and it's going to go out of bounds. Chased down there by Medina. Looks like it's going to be Chavez to boot that out of there. Ball gets down to about the 45. Running for the ball. Fighting for the ball. Pushing for the ball. The Falcons, along with Contreras, number 9 from Bridgeport. Ball comes down. Falcons headed over. Contreras tries a high kick. Brought in there by, that was Uribe. Went over to help, and then Contreras was open. When he got open, he was knocked down by one of the Falcon players. Chavez will take the kick from about the 40-yard line. Everyone backing up. I could conceivably see this ball going in if he hits it the right way because he's got a great leg. Nice kick. In the zone, it's headed out by the Falcons. Now kicked out, but brought back in by Chavez. Looks like Lopez brings the ball over to the right-hand side, to the near side of the field. He's going to turn it around and try to center it now. He works it deep into the end zone, gets it back into the middle, bounces off the goalie's hands, and is out. So it'll be a goal kick from the goalie box. I'm telling you, there's a lot of movement here in the second half, ball-wise. Here comes the kick. This is going to be from Jacob Perez, number 12. Perez kicks it down to about the opposite 40-yard line. Good job. But here comes Rodriguez in, trying to get the ball over to Garza. Here comes Duran. Duran's up the middle, hash marks. He shoots to the goal. Goes over the goal and out. He had Garza. Duran had Garza breaking on the right-hand side. And I don't know that if he saw him or what, but he was trying to set up a nice kick from the side of the end zone. So it's going to be Perez again to kick the ball out for the Falcons. A lot of this half has been played in the Bridgeport end of the field, which is what they like. Comes the kick from Perez. Bounces off of a Falcon head player, hits him in the head. It wasn't intentional, trust me. Ball's passed over the middle. In the middle is Lopez. Lopez breaks. In is Contreras. Goalies makes the save. Ball kicked right into the middle. Once again, Bridgeport loves this. They like to keep the ball on their end of the field and keep all the action going in front of their goal. Ball's put down there by Rodriguez. Picked up again by Rodriguez. High kick. Another high kick. Ball's going to come down out of bounds. Be a throw in. Falcons at about the 40. .25:41 left in regulation. This game got about an hour and a half late start because of some lightning in the area. That's the reason we're on a little later. Here comes the ball in on the Falcons' end. Ball's headed up, now back out, headed down. Get the ball out of there. Bridgeport clears it out. That's Garza. Kicks it out of bounds. They'll have the Falcons have the throw in about the 25. Here comes the throw in. number 15, Aaron Salgado. Fighting for position. Ball's kicked out by Chavez. It gets out to about the 30-yard line. Now with Bridgeport controls. Kicked across the field over to Miles. Miles is hit by two players there. Falcons take the ball again in the middle of the field. Now they're going down to the other end. And the Bulls will take the ball there. Medina comes out of the box. Nice punt by Medina from the right-hand side. That's headed by one of the Falcons. Headed again. This time it's going to go out. Bridgeport throw in. David Duran working the ball around. Another throw in Bridgeport. There comes a throw in from Iniguez, number 5. Over to Garza, back to Iniguez. That rolls right across of Corey Lopez's chest. Here comes a runner. Looks like number 3. It's in. I'm trying to get the number. It's either 3 or 5. Wait a minute. They're going to disallow the goal. Yep. I'm not sure what he's calling. Bridgeport kick. No goal. 2-2. Hold on. Stoppage in play here. Referee's making some announcements. Is that a yellow card? Or is that just his hand? Can't tell. Bridgeport kicks the ball deep into their area. Goes all the way to the goalkeeper. .23-24 left in regulation. Goalkeeper kicks it up high. It's headed by one of the Falcons. It's going to come down to Uribe. Uribe has two players from Royal battling. Tries to kick. Kicking the ball out of there was Iniguez, number 5. Here comes the ball back down this way again. Ball's kicked deep. Deep. Here comes Medina out. Ball is caught by one of the Falcons. I didn't hear a whistle, did you? Wow. Oh, was it offside? Oh, yeah, it was. I'm sorry. I get caught up, folks. I apologize. Here comes the kick from Bridgeport. Working the ball in slowly. Gets the ball over to Miles. It's going to be kicked out by Royal. Over to take the throw in. Looks like Rodriguez. Throws the ball down to Corey Lopez. Lopez heads it back. Picked up there by one of the Falcon players. Work the ball back. Now they're moving it over the top. Header. Got a runner. Medina takes the ball. Very uncharacteristic. Medina's already given up 2 goals tonight. And if were it not for an offside call, he'd have given up the 3rd one. Now the Falcons working the ball back and forth, back in their own territory around the 30-yard line. Kicking it back to the keeper, who kicks the ball out at the line. It's going to be headed there by Uribe. Back over, and that's going to be headed over there by Iniguez, number 5. Chavez trying to get the ball back the other way. Kick up in the air, over to Iniguez. Over to Duran. Duran's got the ball in the middle of the field. He passes the ball up, and that's going to be to Garza. Garza to Lopez. Lopez dribbles around and can't catch Garza on the runaway. Now Contreras back there. Martinez over on the far side, trying to get the ball down to Miles. Ball's kicked out of there by a Falcon. Rodriguez kicks deep. There it is. There it is. All right. Garza has the ball on the left-hand side. He's going towards the center. Ball's kicked away by a Falcon, but it's headed back by Uribe. then kicked back by another Falcon. The ball gets down to about the 25-yard line, and there's bodies all over the turf. It's going to be a foul. It's going to be a foul on Bridgeport. He slid, tried to use the old slide kick, and it didn't work. We got a player down on the field. That looks like, hold on, I might get his number even. Number 8. Number 8, Kevin Parra. He adjusted his socks and got back up. He's fine. It's going to give the free kick to number 17, Jared Pettis, P-E-R-E-S, Pettis. Now we have another player down. Now he's back up. I think there's some cramping issues going on down there right now. This has been a pretty fast-paced game. So, taking the kick is Pettis. Wait a minute. Standing there with him is number 5. That's Juan Carlos Jimenez. Jimenez runs past it. There's the kick, and it's blocked. Nice save by Medina. He left his feet, dove to the left-hand side, and knocked the ball out. And then we've got a player from the Falcons trying to hold Medina in the goal. They're fighting pretty hard down there. Comes the corner kick. Headed out by the Bulls. Nice job. That was number 5 in Iguez. We're getting a call. Corey Lopez. He's going to get a free kick. Wow. And here comes Medina. He's got to do what he's got to do right here. It's a penalty kick right here. Evidently the penalty was on Corey Lopez. I didn't see what he did. I know all he was doing was trying to keep the player out of the net. There goes Medina. This could be the match right here. I guarantee he's going to fade it. He's going to head right and fade it back left. Told you. Ball went over the goal. Medina was in position. Had it been low enough, he was there. So that keeps the score 2-2. 18:47 left in regulation. Chavez is going to take the kick. He just kicks it over to Uribe nice and smooth. Uribe takes it up the field. Gets in the middle to Lopez. Lopez gets the ball over to Garza. Garza sends it back to Iniguez. Iniguez sends it up. And it's kicked out of bounds by the Falcons. Throw in. Toros. Iniguez, wait a minute. Now we got a stoppage. What are we doing here? Still looks like it's going to be a Bridgeport throw. Now the coach is arguing from Bridgeport. Not sure what this discussion's about. Duran's ready to throw the ball in. No cards handed out. Everything looks good. Let's play on. Duran over here on the near side, about the 50-yard line. Everybody's trying to get set up. Now we got the referee coming down here to the other end of the field. Something's going on with a fan or something. Let's see what we got going on here. Looks like he's talking to I don't know what the deal is. Talking to Madrano. All right. 18-23. So I don't know what that was all about, folks. I really don't. Here comes the throw in by the Toros. Iniguez gets the ball back over to Duran. Duran gets the ball upfield. And upfield is going to be Contreras and Garza. Contreras fighting in the corner. Gets the ball back over. Pushed down. It's going to be Bridgeport ball. Jared Contreras down there trying to get the ball back into the middle of the end zone. It was being, I guess I'll use the word manhandled by the defender. Here comes the kick. Looks like this is going to be Garza. There's the kick. It's up. There's the header. Back out. Trying to clear it out. They can't. Bridgeport ball. Kick off. Bridgeport gets the rebound. Miles goes to the far side. Takes the ball. Works it back. Pardon me. That's Garza. Garza goes in the middle. For Miles. Comes back out. Duran. Pardon me. Uribe. Garza gets pushed off. It's going to be a throw-in for the Falcons. It was an interesting series. We had a couple of easy, good shots at the goal, but couldn't come through with it. Oh, no, they're not. They're going to call Uribe for that. They both jumped at the same time, and the Falcon player fell, so they threw the penalty, or throw the penalty on Uribe because he was right there. It was a nice flop. Anyway, Falcon ball at about the 30-yard line. They come back out to the center. They got a man deep. He's deep at the goal. He's running to the corner of the end zone, and it's going to be out. It'll be Bulls ball on a goal kick. As far as shots are concerned, the Bulls have got 12, and the Falcons only 4. As far as shots on goal, the Bulls lead shots on goal 4-3 at this time. So they've had opportunities, but it's just getting the right opportunity. Here comes Duran back in the middle of the field. Kicks it in off of a Falcon player. Duran gets held. Duran tries to run around the looks like number 17. That would have been Pettis, and he's going to be yellow carded. As Duran went to run around him, he reached out and grabbed his arm and pulled him back. And now Bulls ball. Looks like Chavez is going to be here on about the 45-yard line, about to boot it back down towards our goal. He kicks the ball over to Duran on the right-hand side, the near side. Duran works the ball in and out, weaves in and out. Ball kicked out of there by the Falcons. Looks like it's going to be headed down by Rodriguez. Ball kicked in back towards the middle. That's Miles over there fighting on the far side. Ball's kicked deep. Kicked out of there. And here comes Uribe. Stopped in the middle by number 15, which is Salgado for the Falcons. Rodriguez kicks the ball back over to Duran. Duran hits the ball downfield, trying to get it to Garza. Now Duran comes over the side, the near side. He starts to work back in towards the middle. He gets pushed. It's a wheel play. Gets the ball over to Contreras, wide open on the far side, near side. He tries to get it back over to the center because he had Garza breaking in the middle, but it was deflected. So it'll be it's like a corner. Over to take the corner is, I can't see the number. It looks like Duran. It's usually Duran or Garza, one of the two. There's the kick. It's up. Header up. It's out of bounds. It'll be Falcon ball from the goal. 14:32 left in regulation. Score right now, tied up 2-2. Bridgeport versus the Royal Falcons. It's been a good game so far. Very exciting. Number 14-13 left to play. Here comes the kick. Probably going to be Perez. Yep, that's correct. He boots it down deep. Headed out of there by Garza. And Garza jumps up and heads it again, but it's gone back to a Falcon player. Medina comes out, takes the ball at about the 5 over towards the near side corner. There's the punt by Medina. Nice punt, but there's nobody there to help him. Ball taken by the Falcons back up to midfield. Ray is out there, number 7. We got a ball going deep. Bridgeport kicks it back out. Almost controlled there by the Falcons in the middle. Throw in by Royal. That's number 1, Catalan. Goes down into the corner. Dribbles in and out. Punched out of bounds by Garza. It's going to be a corner, looks like, for the Falcons. This is about the time that we should have been leaving. But that lightning delay stuck us here. So here we go. 12:31 left in regulation. Corner kick for the Falcons. Here's the kick. Headed out by Bridgeport. Here comes Garza. Ball passes back to the defenders for Royal. All the way over to the far side of the field. I believe that was number 7 over there, Rosas. Here comes the ball back the other way. Bridgeport steals on the far side. Here comes Miles. Miles gets it up to the corner of the end zone, and he tries to center it back in. It comes back over the middle, kicked out of there by Falcons. Fighting for the ball in the end zone. They're going to give that to, looks like Royal. Out of the end zone. 11:40 left in regulation. We got a player down for Royal. That's a cramp. Got his teammate trying to help him out. I won't talk about what happens if regulation ends and the score is still tied. We'll talk about that if and when it happens. I don't want to jinx anything. The broadcaster jinx does work. 11:40, clock stop for the injury. Like I said, looks like just a cramp. Trainers have come out on the field. I would say the shadows are getting long, but the shadows are definitely upon us. Here it is, 9 o'clock, 9:49, almost 10 o'clock, and we're still playing soccer here in Georgetown with no end in sight right now. And players up. The coach is getting his workout, carrying him off the field. All right, back in action. It's going to be a kick out of the end zone. That's going to be Perez, number 12. Comes the kick. Kicks over to the near side here. That's number 7, Rosas. Down to number 1, Catalan. And it's kicked out of bounds by Rodriguez, number 2, for the Bulls. Comes your throw in. Throwing in back towards the middle of the field. Bridgeport takes the ball down. Uribe kicks it up. Try to high kick. Contreras is down there, battling. Got an injured player down for the Falcons. Oh, yeah. Injured in quotation marks. Looks like it could be a cramp. Nope, he's up. He's moving. I don't know that I've ever seen this many people, quote unquote, get injured in a game like this. So Falcons will control the ball on the Bridgeport end. They're kicking it from the football out of bounds line, if you will. Don't have anybody down there. I don't know what the problem is. Oh, here he is right now. Okay, here we go. There's the kick. About midfield. Looks like it's going to be headed down. That looks like it was Iniguez, number 5. Here goes Duran. Duran swishes around, comes to the outside, gets the corner of the end zone, kicks the ball back to the middle, and it's headed out there by a Falcon, and then high kicked out to about the 45-yard line. Bridgeport's got 4 people around the ball. Chavez tried to give it a high kick and swished it. There's a pass over here to the near side. Down in the side by to Duran. Duran tries to center it back over, taken there by a Falcon. Reyes is there. Reyes is there for a 2-on-1. Falcons get the ball moving back out. There's a penalty. Looks like Lopez is going to be ready to, well, here's what they'll do. They'll put Lopez and Garza right there. One will be on the left side, one will be on the right side. One of them will kick it, the other one won't. And you never know until it does, until it happens. So we're about the 19-yard line. And it's kicked by Corey Lopez. And once again, it's high and over the net. 9:37 left in regulation. Perez, number 12, Jacob Perez, taking the kick off of the L in Eagles. The Georgetown Eagles into the field. Everybody's setting up. Here comes the kick from Perez. It's a low, slow kick. He rolls it over to the far side of the field where he's got a player standing in wait. Now they're going to try to work the ball in. They get it passed. Oh, there's Martinez, number 4. There comes Miles. Miles gets the ball, kicks it back into the middle of the field to Corey Lopez. Lopez makes a spin move. Ball still in the Bridgeport area. Here comes Reyes. That's going to be out on the Falcons. Nice spin move by Corey Lopez. Brought the crowd to their feet for a minute. We got another player taking a break down on the field at about the 35-yard line. We'll see what happens here. All right, 8:41 left in regulation. If this contest ends regulation in a tie, we will play one 10-minute period. If it remains in a tie there, they'll play one more 10-minute period. If it still remains a tie, they will have a shootout. 5 players from each team against the goalie from each team. And if the shootout ends in a tie, they'll pick people off the bench and they'll keep kicking the ball till somebody misses and somebody wins. And that's the way it goes. I've experienced that a couple times this year. All right, play back in. Bridgeport has the ball. Working it back into the middle, kicked back out. That was Miles bringing the ball back out for the Bulls. They're taking it down to the middle. That was Martinez over there. Uribe kicks the ball back to the goalie, Medina. Medina kicks it back out over to Iniguez. Iniguez kicks it downfield in the middle, which can be picked up there by number 17, Jared Pettis. Nice shot by Iniguez, stopping the ball. They're down on the other end of the field, and it's going to be out way wide right for the Falcons. There goes Chavez with the kick. He gets it down to Garza. Gets the ball over to Lopez. That was Duran, I'm sorry. Lopez takes the ball, keeps it in the middle, dribbling down. Gets the ball over to Contreras, over to Lopez. Lopez shoots, and it's off. Man, the goalie made a good save there. He touched the ball. If he hadn't touched it, it was in. So Bridgeport's got the ball on the corner. 7 minutes, 18 seconds and counting left in the regulation. It's going to be Duran making the kick for the Bulls. Everybody's out on the way. Here goes the kick. Header over the goal. Over and to the right. Goal kick. Probably Jacob Perez, number 12. Whew. Just under 7 minutes left in regulation time. Kick over to the far side. Now they're going up the far sideline, working the ball. That's number 7 over there. That's Rosas. Kicks the ball deep. Kicked back by Bridgeport. There goes the kick to the middle. That's Martinez. Gets the ball up to Duran in midfield. Duran takes the ball from midfield, goes to the 40, kicks the ball down for Contreras, who's open. He stops the ball, dribbles it in, and the goalie comes out and makes the save. Contreras was wide open down there. If he hadn't stopped and dribbled, I think he might have had stood a better chance of making the goal. Here comes the kick back from the Falcons. Kicking it to the far side. Bridgeport defending on the far side. There's a kick down by the Bulls into the middle. That's going to be Corey Lopez in the middle, working his magic. Ball over to Iniguez, number 5. Iniguez kicks the ball out to Garza. And it's going to be Bridgeport ball. Throw in by Garza. Ball down to Corey Lopez. Lopez back to Garza. Coming back up. Now back over to Duran. Duran works it. It's kicked out by the Falcons. Throw in by Duran. Gets the ball over to Contreras. Contreras kicks the ball out to Rodriguez. Rodriguez over to Lopez. Lopez in the middle. Trying to dribble through traffic. Gets there. Gets kicked out. Ball comes back the other way. But Martinez picks it up on the far side. Gets it over to Will Miles. Miles puts the ball down. Starts bringing it back in. Oh, it's going to be out. It'll be offsides, pardon me. It'll be Falcon ball. 4:44 left in regulation. It's been a long night. Long night for these guys with that rain delay or lightning delay, pardon me. That was Iniguez to try to put that down, and it went off the edge of his foot. The ball's going to be down in the Falcons' end of the field at about the 15, 20-yard line, right about the 15, 16-yard line. Here comes the throw in. Ball worked down towards the goal. That's Iniguez. Clears it out. It's out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Falcons. Number 1, Boris Catalan, is on the ground at about the 30-yard line. Time stop. Looks like a cramp. He grabbed his leg. And the Bridgeport fans don't like it. They're experiencing or expressing their voices. Another cramp. Now the Bridgeport trainer comes over to check on the player. And here come the trainers from across the field. Bridgeport players trying to grab a quick drink. Now they're back out. Wow. What a game so far. 4 minutes and 1 second left in regulation. Back in play. Still waiting with the cramp over here on the side. Now the trainers are working with him. Like I said, that was Boris Catalan. They're going to pull him over to the Bridgeport side of the field so play can resume. Looks like it's just a cramp. Nothing serious. It's going to be a throw-in for Royal at about the 25-yard line, maybe the 20. 4:01 left in regulation. 2-2 is your score. It's been 2-2 for quite a while now. Inigue's down there trying to work the ball out, and he does. Gets it to Lopez. Lopez gets it to Duran. Duran gets it downfield to Contreras. Contreras is dribbling small, dribbling slow, gets into the end zone. Ball's kicked out of bounds, and it should be a, yeah, there is. There's going to be a stoppage because he slid, the player for the Falcons slid and knocked the legs out from underneath Contreras. You're not supposed to do that. Just if you didn't know. That's not fair. Bulls corner kick. Looks like it's... The kick comes in. Corey Lopez goes up for a header, and the ball rolls out of bounds off the left-hand side of the goal. So it'll be Falcon ball coming back the other way. 3:09 and counting in regulation. 2-2 your score. Georgetown, Texas, the State Boys High School 4A Division II Soccer Championship game. The Bulls from Region 1, the Falcons from Region 3. Return by the Bulls. Falcons coming up. Bulls are about to go on the attack. That's headed out by Iniguez. In the middle, that's Rodriguez. Here comes Corey Lopez on the far near side of the field. Oh, here comes a run. Here comes a runaway. Wait, the goalie's going to get there first, and he does. He kicks the ball back out in play. There we go. Be a Bridgeport kick. That should have been an offsides call. Now we have a Bull player down. That looks like Corey Lopez. No, it can't be Lopez. It looks like Corey Lopez looks like a cramp. They're working on him. Yeah, it looks like it's a cramp. Yeah, and that is Lopez. Corey's up. Trying to work the cramp out. Coming in is Meja, number 18. Pardon me, no. Yes, that's Meja. I'm sorry. Ernesto Meja. Corey Lopez, at this point of the game, it's not a good deal having him out, number one. Number two, if he's not on the field when regulation ends, he can't be one of the 5 in the shootout if they have to go that far. Kick by the Falcons, clearing it out. 2:03 left. Ball's down in the middle of the field to 50. Meja guarding there. Got a runner coming down the side. And Medina's going to watch that one roll right out of bounds. It'll be Bridgeport ball on the goal kick. 1:49 left in regulation. Looks like we may get some free soccer. 1:40 and counting. There goes the kick by Chavez. Ball goes down. Here come the Bulls. Bring it back the other way. You got Garza over on the far side with Miles. Miles gets the ball taken away. Ball goes in. Where's Contreras? This is his time of the game. Here goes Duran. Duran kicks it to the end zone. And it's going to go out with minute 6 left in regulation play. They're going to take their time putting this ball in. .54 seconds, under a minute. Here comes the kick by the Falcons. The ball gets to about it gets past the Bridgeport defense. Then coming up is Iniguez over here on the near side. And he gets it over to Meha. Meha watches it go out of bounds, so it'll be a throw-in for the Falcons. Throw-in downfield, headed out in the middle. That ball's kicked out of there by Chavez, headed back out by the Falcons. Duran tries to control, 24 seconds left. Ball's down in the end. Here comes a shot. He's got a runaway. It's over the goal. Woo, man. Let me tell you what. Medina stuck his leg out, right? And the ball rolled up his leg, right up his arm, and right over the goal. What a save by Medina. Oh, my gosh. Here we go. Back to action. That was the kick. The game's over. Regulation time is over with, folks. Your score right now is 2-2. And now we go to our first, we'll take I think it's a 5-minute break. And then we go into our first 10-minute overtime. Wow. Free soccer. What do you think of that? I love it. Here comes another referee. I think to give one of the other referees a break. So who knows what they're doing. So we're in overtime, or what they call extended play. 5-minute break, and then we'll be back with more soccer. First, the 10 minutes overtimes. Medina coming over for a quick drink.
We will now have 2 2-minute overtime periods. There is no golden goal. We must play the full time.
All right, welcome back to Georgetown, Texas. We just started the first quarter of the 10-minute overtime. There's a 20-minute overtime, actually. Play 2 10s. Ball stolen by the Falcons. Bridgeport comes up to defend. Falcons have the ball down by their goal. Header up in the air. Ball's put down. Medina comes out and makes the save at about the goal line. That was a shot played off the chest of one of the Falcon players. It was rolling straight to the goal, but Medina came out to make the grab. Medina kicks or punts the ball down to about the opposing 40. Duran takes the ball up top. It's stop. Penalty. Here comes the kick now from Bridgeport. Falcons intercept. Garza's right there, bouncing back and forth. Here comes Garza. Gets over in the middle. Takes a shot. Blocked off of a Falcon player. Miles comes in now. Nice pass by Duran over to Garza, but he couldn't convert. Ball's got kicked back by Uribe at the defensive line on the 50. Here comes Lopez back in the game. Lopez gets the ball over to Garza on the near side. Garza dribbles down in, makes a stop, turns around, gets pushed. Ball's out of bounds. They're going to say that one came off of Garza's foot. So it'll be a goal kick from the end zone between the R and the I of Patriots. Beautiful field. Dual color green splitting every I've got a player down. A dual colored field split every 5 yards. Green, light green, dark green, light green, dark green. One end zone is says Patriots in red, and the other end zone is Eagles in blue for Georgetown. Player down at about the 5-yard line. Not quite sure what's up. They're not working on his legs or anything. Trainer's out there. He sets him up. Trying to get the number. It's number 11. Number 11 is Armando Mahano, who had an assist in the first half on a goal. Looks like he's coming up. And the goalie and the coach both are helping him off. Looks to me like they're going to the locker room. Yeah. Well, let's hope he's okay. As they walk him off, and they're going to the locker room.
Italian checks in for the Falcons.
All right. Here comes the kick. Bridgeport there to try to head the ball down. That was Chavez there that kicked it up out of there. Corey Lopez fights for the ball, gets pushed. Lopez gets pushed around like crazy. Coming up the side is Martinez, gives it the ball to Duran. Back off to Rodriguez, number 2. Ball kicked down. Miles is over there. Uribe kicks the ball back in towards the Bridgeport direction, then knocks it down again. The kick's headed out of there. There was a push. Garza was shoved about 2 yards. And it looks like they're going to call him for it. Wow. He got away with that. Pushed him before the ball got there. Here comes a kick by number 17. It's going to be Jared Pettis. There's a kick towards the goal. Headers up. Saved by Medina. Hebron Medina punched the ball downfield now. Gets it down to about the 40, opposing 40. Here comes Garza bringing the ball back up, taken away. There's a nice kick by Chavez, bringing it back up. Duran has the ball on the near side at about the 30. He tries to pick up Corey Lopez. Lopez goes in for a shot. It's off to the left. I don't think he was lined up correctly when he took that shot. Looks like Jacob Perez will kick the ball off for the Falcons out of their goal box. There's the kick. Gets down to about the 45, almost the 40-yard line. Headed down there by the Bulls. Fighting for the ball is Garza. Ball comes up. Takeaway there. Lopez now takes it to the center. Now he brings it over to the near side. He's got Garza and Duran back here with him. There's the pass over to Lopez. Lopez puts it back down on the near side. Takes the ball out. He's up there by himself. He's back to Garza. Garza gets it back to Duran. Duran steps in front of the defender. Stops the ball, turns it around, gets the pass up for Garza. It's defended there by the Falcons on the far side of the field now. Miles passed the ball to looked like Iniguez, and he just ran over it, just too far. Back over to Miles, far side of the field. Miles gets the ball in, kicked out, up in the air. Now Bridgeport takes control. Into the middle. Go! Bridgeport Bulls! I'll tell you his number in just a moment. Looks like it's Contreras, but let me double check. It was either Contreras or Lopez. I can't make it out. Contreras, number 9 Contreras with the goal. Puts the Bulls up 3-2, pardon me. Got about 4 minutes left in the first overtime period. That was a great shot by Contreras off of a rebound off of a Falcons player. All right, here goes the kick. 4:41 left in the first period of overtime. First half. Bridgeport trying to keep the ball back in their end. Looks like the Falcons are trying to set something up. Here comes the Bulls. Pass to the middle, but there's no one there. Picked up by Royal. Back in the game is Catalan, number 1. Bridgeport trying to keep the ball down on this end. Now the Falcons will go to the far side. Ball was taken away by Uribe. Ball kicked down deep. It's going to be out. It'll be Falcons ball with 3:57 left in the first quarter or the first half of the overtime. There's your kick. Bulls trying to put the ball down. It's on the far side of the field. Falcon ball. They're fighting and taking the ball away was Uribe. Garza's got the ball in the middle. Ball over to Duran over the near side. Pass up and over. Pass over for Martinez. Number 4 takes a shot. Header. Go, Bridgeport! Man, that was beautiful. That was who? Contreras once again. That's why he's the leading scorer. He's in the right place at the right time. Martinez put that ball out there perfectly, and Contreras caught it with a header. What a shot. Score Contreras with an assist from Martinez, if I'm not mistaken. (4-2) now. Bulls running. The Toros have got two beautiful goals in this overtime, the first overtime period. They look really good. But I think what may be happening, too, is it looks like to me that the Falcons are getting a little, I don't want to say winded, but they're not moving as quick as they were in the first part of the game. The Bulls are still running. So, Contreras, what a goal.
Number 8, checking in for the Falcons. Number 8.
3 minutes and 19 seconds left in the first overtime period. This is not sudden death. You play both 10-minute periods, I believe, yeah. And after those 2 periods are over with, if you're ahead, you win the game. So, welcome, Championship Soccer. Bridgeport Bull Championship Soccer on the Wise County Game Day Network. Buddy Kirkland on the call for you tonight. Engineering for me is Rob Matthews. Here comes the play. 3:15 and counting. Falcons are trying to work the ball deep in their own air territory to try to set up some kind of an offensive play. They've got people on both sides of the ball moving forward, and they're going back and forth and back and forth. Bridgeport's defense is just very tough. Contreras down there to defend. Here comes Corey Lopez over from the near side to the far side. Ball's up to the middle. Oh, blocked there by Chavez. Ball set down. Here comes Meja. It's going to be a stop right there. Should be a free kick, Bridgeport. Meja got tossed onto the ground. All right, referee's trying to get everybody assigned and set up. It's going to be Bridgeport kick. This may be Medina. No, it's not. It was Corey Lopez. Nice kick from Lopez. It traveled high and was making the turn down, but it just went over the top of the goal. 1:59 left in the first 10 minutes. Be a kick from the goal box for the Falcons. Coming in the game is Reyes for the Bulls, number 7. Coming out, looks like it's Contreras. Going to get a breather. I'm telling you, Contreras is perfect at being in the right place at the right time. Ball travels over everybody's head. Bridgeport tries to get the ball down. And there's, looks like that was number 12. Looked like Medina. 1 minute, 18 seconds left in the first 10. Struggling, fighting for the ball. Here comes Iniguez. Rodriguez. They pass the ball over to the near side to Martinez. Martinez gets the ball into Garza. Garza takes it over the middle. Back over to Martinez. Oh, and he's out of place, and it's out of bounds. It'll be Falcon throw-in. Martinez missed a step. Ball's kicked back, and now it's kicked deep for the Falcons. But there to side kick that is Ernesto Medina. It'll be a Bridgeport throw-in from about the 20. There to throw the ball in for the Bulls is number 2, Rodriguez. Jesus Rodriguez kicks the ball down towards the goal. And here come the Falcons coming back the other way. Kicking over to the far side at about midfield, around the 40. 7 seconds left. It's going to be a kick. Falcons. Wait a minute. Nope.
That concludes our first overtime period. Score is 4-2 Bridgeport.
I think he added some time back to the clock. Oh, yeah, it is halftime. All right, halftime of the first 10 to the second 10. Just a couple of minute break. Each team gets a little bit of water, and then we'll move on from here. Right now, the state championship game hangs in the balance. The Toros from Bridgeport are up 4-2 against the Falcons from Royal. We got another 10-minute overtime period to play, and at the end of that 10 minutes, if the Bulls are still ahead, they win the state championship. If by some chance the Royals, the Falcons, can tie the game at 4, then we'll go into a shootout. That's going to be 2 goals, and Bridgeport's defense is very stingy. So I don't know if that's a possibility right now. We'll see what happens. Wise County Game Day Network. We'll be right back in just a moment. Welcome back to Georgetown, Texas. Excitement abounds as the Bridgeport Bulls now lead the Royal Falcons 4-2. We're about to begin the second overtime period. We had a 10-minute period, and if the Bulls are ahead at the end of that period, they become the 4A Division II Boys Soccer State Champions. Ball's kicked back to the Falcons. They're trying to set some offense up. Back behind the 40. Now they try to move it up to the 50. Now it goes back. Intercepted by Bridgeport. Ball kicked up to Garza. And that was Garza wide open downfield. Goalie's there. Goalie makes a save. We have 2 players down for the Falcons of Royal. Corey Lopez was there trying to dribble the ball in and out of him, and they both jumped at the same time, knocked Lopez down, and they were the ones that remained on the ground. So it's going to be a kick or throw-in, by the goalie. Guillermo Lopez for the Falcons. Ball's down the field deep off of an ankle kick, and the ball's kicked up and out of play. We have a player down for Bridgeport. Is that Garza? Somebody, they're calling for help. Let's see who it is. I can't make out the number. I can tell by his cleats. It's Chavez. Chavez is down in the end zone. Number 5, Iniguez checks in. Chavez, the Bulls defender, he's got a great leg. They're looking at his right leg. And now he's going to try to stand up. And he gets up. And he's moving very gingerly on that ankle. And it looks like they're taking him directly to the locker room. So that's going to be it for Chavez tonight. Chavez is a great defender for the Bulls. So now it's going to be corner kick by the Falcons. Everybody's trying to get set up on sides. You hate to see that for somebody like Chavez, as good as he was. Here comes the kick. It's at the goal. There's a header from Bridgeport knocking it away from the goal. But here comes the Falcons right back. Falcons on the far side. That's going to be kicked out by Miles. Bridgeport so far tonight has had 20 shots on goal to the 6 shots, of the Falcons from Royal. As far as shots on goal completely, Bridgeport has 7 shots on goal. Royal has 5. They're tied in three apiece in saves. The Royals have 12 fouls. Bridgeport 11. 4 corner kicks for the Falcons and 9 for the Bulls. There have been 5 offsides calls against the Royal and 2 against Bridgeport. 8:16 left in the second overtime period. Falcons trying to control the ball. Bridgeport's going to control it. Looks like it's going to be Duran. Duran tries to get the ball over in the middle, and there's a stoppage. I think he was pushed. 7:58 and counting. There's a kick in over from Duran to Lopez. Lopez heads up the numbers on the near side. Gets the ball to Duran. Duran brings it back out. Now he's followed by 2 defenders. He kicks the ball back behind him and leaves it there for Lopez. Lopez goes to the corner with it. It's going to be kicked out of bounds. It'll be Bridgeport's throw-in at about the 20-yard line. Duran throws it in. Taken over by the Falcons. And here they come up the field. It's down the middle. And that was number 12, Medina, who headed the ball into Medina, number 0. So Medina on Medina action. Header. That was very close. I think he had a hold of his arms and he wouldn't let go. Should have been a foul on the Falcons, but ball gets back over into the middle. Rodriguez passes the ball over to Duran. Duran on the wing. Duran bounces in. Hop, skip, jump. Duran in the middle. Takes a shot. It's blocked. Rebound there by Miles. Miles trying to get it down in the middle. Passes out. Looks like Mayha. No, that's Garza, pardon me. Garza trying to work the ball in and out. Gets it to the middle. Headed down by the Falcons. Now kicked out. Have a Falcon down on the field. Have another Falcon down on the field. Have a Bull down on the field. There's bodies everywhere. That's crazy. They're cramps. I mean, you can see it plain as day. You know what's happening. These guys have been playing now for what, 80, 90, what about 96 minutes now? 93 minutes? They've been playing for 93 minutes and counting. So, yeah, cramps, yeah, they're going to happen. Somebody get them some pickle juice. That's all they need. Yep, got a player. One down. Okay, one's up. They're carrying him off, just like he carried the others. The one in the end zone is down. The corner of the end zone. The Bulls player is up. Looked like I said, it was a cramp. They were working on his legs. Lower leg, you could see him stretching, trying to stretch the cramp out. That was number 5, Iniguez. Contreras is back in now. Number 9. And the player for the Falcons is being carried over to the sidelines. I think the Bull. Looks like there's a Bull player down over there too. My God, we have 4 players down at the same time. I don't know. No, it looks like that's a Falcon over there. It's a coach that's kneeled down in front of it. It looked like he had black shorts on. That's why I thought it was one of the Bulls. Wow. Let the bodies hit the floor, huh? They're all over it tonight. 6 minutes, 20 seconds left in the second period. the second 10-minute period of overtime. Your score, Bridgeport Bulls 4, Royal Falcons 2. And like I said, there's about 6:20 left in the game for now. Now, if it does tie up before this regulation time is over with, or overtime is over with, then we go to the shootout. So, looks like the goalie for the Falcons, Lopez, Guillermo Lopez, will be kicking the ball in. There it goes. There's the kick. Headed over by the Falcons. Moving on their end of the field. Over to the outside of the numbers. He's down. No call. There wasn't a call on anything. Falcon ball. Trying to work the ball in from the far side. Another throw in or kick from about the 15-yard line. There comes a kick towards the goal. Headed down on the ground. Kicked, and it's outside the pipe. Medina was right there. He was right there, and he had Uribe to his left. So we got 6 minutes and 31 seconds until the state championship in 4A Division II is decided. Nice kick by Lopez. Brought down in the middle. Taken away by the Falcons. Bridgeport working their defense. There you go. Nice kick out by Iniguez. Ball headed down the field. It's Contreras. Contreras passes over. Duran. Duran knocked down. No penalty. Duran's on the ground. They're going to check out Duran down there on about the 10-yard line. He was working the ball over towards the middle and was defended by two defenders. They knocked him down, but there was no foul, no call. So, once again, the referee's down on the field. We're not. He can see things much better than we can. I think another thing that's happening to these players is I think fatigue is starting to set in. They were up early this morning, had breakfast at their hotel, came down to the field about an hour before game time, and then it had to sit through about an hour and a half lightning delay, and now they're playing, and now it's going into extra time, and I think these athletes are just getting tired. They've been fighting for the last 95 minutes and 12 seconds, and it's like, where's it coming from? They got to pull it out of their back pocket. Well, some of them's back pockets aren't that deep. Well, here comes the ball in play. Falcon ball, midfield. That's put down by Lopez. Lopez kicks it back to about the opposite 45. There comes a kick down deep. Headed out of there by Iniguez. Kicked high. They're trying to stop it as Contreras. Bulls keeping the ball in the middle of the field. Ball gets over to one of the Falcon players. There's a runner down the far side of the field. Tries to kick the ball to the middle. Taken over by Bridgeport. Another one taken over by the Bulls. Slide kick. He's knocked down to the ground. And there's a stop. Looks like it'll be Bridgeport ball going back their direction with 3 minutes and 59 seconds and counting. Here comes the ball in. Two players down. No penalty, no call. It's going to be a throw-in for the Falcons. Ball's in. Kick it all the way to the far side of the field. 3:36 left. Falcon ball back and forth. Coming upfield. There's a stop. That was Meha. Took the ball away. Ball's in the center. Go! Bridgeport Bulls. Yes. 5-2. Toros lead. I don't know that the Falcons can come back from being 3 goals down. I'm trying to figure out the goal on that. Let's see. It was It looks like Corey. No, it looks like, yeah, it is. It's Garza. Looks like Garza, and I think he got the assist from Meha, number 18. Now, I'm not sure. That's not official yet, but I believe that's what it is. The Bridgeport Bulls are on the cusp of winning their first soccer state championship. Man, what a game. Here comes the ball back. No official announcement yet on the score, on the goal. I believe it was, there it is right now. Yeah, it was Garza, and he was assisted by Meha, Ernesto Meha, number 18. 3 minutes left in the second overtime period, and the Bulls have a firm grasp. They've got a 3-goal lead right now with 2 minutes and 48 seconds and counting before the end of the game. Throw in Bridgeport. Toros have the ball. Worked on over there by Garza. Garza throws in. Ball's worked across to Meha. Meha gets converged upon. Pardon me, that was Lopez. Gets converged upon. And looks like Iniguez is going to kick that out over to Martinez on the far side. Falcons take the ball down. Martinez is there. There's a kick, and it's way wide to the left of the goal. It went right across the face of the goal and out on the left-hand side. 2 minutes and 9 seconds and counting. Bulls in no hurry to kick the ball. Contreras has scored 3 goals. And Garza 2. Action over here on the Bridgeport side. And now we got people gathering together, talking about things they probably shouldn't be talking about. A little frustration on the Falcons' part. They played a good game. It's just Bridgeport has been in the right place, right time for the score. Right now, minute 22 left. There's a stoppage. They're going to call Contreras on that. .109 left. The crowd for Bridgeport getting into it. It's been 5-1 since the first goal of the game for Bridgeport. More physical activity going on the opposite side of the field. I think that the referee probably needs to get a handle on this because it's happening all over the field now. So, there's a yellow card. Garza's over on the far side. 42 seconds and stop. And ball goes in. Here comes the time. 41 seconds left. They're in no hurry to move. A 3-goal win is enough. Here come the Falcons trying to get something going on the field. 31 seconds and counting. Ball's deep. It's deep. There comes Medina. He makes the stop. Out of the box on the far left-hand side. He gets it over to Uribe over here on the right. Uribe gets it up in the middle. That's going to be kicked down to Reyes, number 7. Reyes takes the ball. He's got a runner open. 6 seconds. Contreras was open down there. And that's it, folks. Your Bridgeport Bulls are Texas 4A Division II boys soccer state champions. That's the first state championship in soccer for the Bulls in their program history. They're mobbing the goalie, Medina, for the saves. What a great game. Oh, my gosh. Free soccer. Free soccer, as they say. Let's look at the team totals first. The Bulls had 22 shots to the Falcons' 6. The Bulls had 8 shots on goal to the Falcons' 5. both goalies had 3 saves each. The fouls, they had 16 fouls on the Falcons and 11 on the Bulls. And corner kicks, the Bulls had 9 corners when the Falcons had 4. There were 5 offside penalties called on the Falcons and only 2 on the Bulls, and both of those offside penalties happened in the first half. Scoring the 2 goals for the Falcons was Jerson Perez. He scored 2, had 4 shots, and scored the 2 goals. For the Bulls, 3 goals for Jared Contreras, the leading scorer. He had 3 goals on 8 shots, and then Martinez had an assist. Then you got Jose Iniguez with an assist. You got David Duran with 2 assists. And then you've got Xavier Garza, 2 goals. 2 goals not 2 goals scored, 2 shots on goal. Pardon me, 4 shots on goal, I'm sorry. That brings the Ernesto Meja had the assist on the last goal at the end of the game, at the ending of the game. But man, 2-5 is your final. Let's go over some quick things or quick stats. The first goal of the game was scored 25 seconds in, and that was scored by Jerson Perez with an assist coming from Armando Majano. Yeah, that's it. He was off of his, in the bottom right of the goal, off his right foot. The next goal came at 18:26. That was the Bridgeport Bulls. That was Jared Contreras on the bottom left of the goal off his right foot with the assist by David Duran. The next goal came at 21:38, and that was scored by the Falcons. Once again, that was Jerson Perez, the bottom right of the goal off of his right foot, no assist. The next goal then became from Bridgeport, and that was 46:49 regular time. Xavier Garza in the bottom center of the goal off his right foot with the assist from Jose Iniguez. The next goal for Bridgeport was at 85:15. The goal was scored by Jared Contreras in the bottom left off of his right foot. The assist was by Jose Iniguez. The next goal for the Bulls at 86:46. I couldn't see it. Scored by Contreras again, bottom left of the goal with the assist by Julian Martinez. And the final goal of the game scored by at 96:41. Scored by Xavier Garza, the bottom right goal off his right foot, with the assist by Ernesto Meja. Wow, that's a lot. 5-2, the Bridgeport Bulls, Toros, if you will, win the state championship in the boys 4A Division II soccer. What a great year for the Bulls. What a great year for Wise County. A lot of teams in the playoffs, a lot of different sports. Now the medal presentation for the Bulls from Bridgeport. They've already presented the gold, looks like plaque. Wow. Congratulations to Coach Madrano. Now they're going to name the MVP. Let's see who the MVP is going to be. What do you think? What, I don't know. MVP. Julian Martinez had 2 assists. Contreras had 2 goals. I think it's probably Contreras, would be my guess. We'll see. Jared Contreras, number 9. I would be my vote for MVP. Now they're talking about it.
UIL and Nike are proud to present the Most Valuable Player Award. At this time, we direct your attention to the field for the presentations of the award. The most valuable player for the Conference 4A Division II Boys Championship match, as selected by the media, is junior forward Jared Contreras.
Jared Contreras, good pick. That was my choice. He's a great player, good forward. He's a good defensive player. He has the ability, and I don't know, it's an uncanny ability, to be in the right place at the right time like he was twice tonight. So, great game, great season. Man, this is my first year of doing soccer play-by-play. I hope I did well. I hope I didn't make anybody mad. And I hope you guys are happy with the way this game turned out. I know the Bridgeport Bulls fans are. It's been a long season for them. And I'd like to say congratulations to Brandon Medrano, head coach of the Bulls. Talking about some of the action in the playoffs here. What a night. What a great night for soccer. We started late, but I think it was worth the wait, as they say. 5-2, your final score. Bridgeport Bulls over the Royal Falcons in the boys Class 4A Division II State Soccer Championship game, brought to you by Wise County Game Day Network. What a great season for the Bulls. I'm ecstatic as far as they're concerned, because there are a lot of good kids on this team. So congratulations to them, and congratulations to the team from Royal for putting up a gutsy fight, a gutsy battle. But the Bulls were just too strong, too many goals, and they're your state championship Bridgeport Bulls. It'll be a nice, easy drive back to Wise County for the Bulls, folks. I'm telling you. I don't know if they're coming back tonight or if they're staying another night in the hotel because of the time. But once we find out what time your Bulls will be back home, we'll try to get that on social media for you so you can welcome them in. All right. Well, I'm telling you, couldn't have been a better game unless it would have started on time. That's about the only thing. So congratulations to both teams. I want to thank Rob Matthews for doing the engineering work. I didn't have to worry about any of that and keeping up stats. Now I'm Buddy Kirkland. We're from the Wise County Game Day Network. We're saying good night, and please let your kids play soccer. It's a great sport.